Chicago Riverwalk here. Here comes Fort Dearborn, heading under the State Street Bridge. We got a jet ski. There were people fishing here at lunchtime, but hey, here's the Fort Dearborn. There's the Marina Towers there, corn cap buildings. Hey, look at the jet ski. How you doing there? It's good. Yeah, looking good. On the jet ski there, cruising down the river. Yeah. So here, we'll head around. Yeah, you want a jet ski? You can rent them. You can rent them at North Avenue Beach. I don't know where you can rent them on the river. I don't know if those people went through the locks or not. To get on the lake, you have to go through a lock to go from the river to the lake. Well, here comes a large barge here, the Riverview. Yeah, we'll go under the State Street Bridge. There's Smith and Walensky, Legal Seafoods, restaurants. We'll see the Marina Towers here. Here's the sun. Of course, the sun came out just to mess with me here. Look at the rays of the sun here. Here's where you can rent these little, see, they're little blue boat, just like that little pink one we saw. This is where it docks. They got a green boat and a blue boat there if you take your partner out on a cruise there. See they're yeah, they're taking pictures, I guess. And yeah, here we go. Here's the City Winery. There's the Marina Towers. Here, we'll head along here. Heading home from work here. I'm just taking a few blocks walk here along the Chicago Riverwalk. And it was more crowded on Saturday, but we'll see how crowded it is for Lollapalooza there. There it is. Look at the Riverview there. Large barge there. Yeah, City Winery here. Mayo Burnett Building, R.R. Donnelly. There's Marina Towers. Riverboat barge going through there. Chicago Riverwalk. Yeah, people just having a drink, getting their food here. Here comes a little electric boat, pontoon boat. Just got back from Chicago. Hey, wait. Thanks for tuning in there. Chicago misses you already.
Well, you know how it is. It's hard.
So we'll be streaming on Thursday, probably on YouTube first. We'll go to Lollapalooza starting around lunchtime, and then maybe this time in the evening, I'll go back, charge up the battery, and we'll head back in. I can exit and leave with the wristband 3 times, I think. But when it gets really crowded later in the day, especially when it gets dark, there's no way. I've had really poor luck live streaming at Lollapalooza. You got to get there early. Now I could film and record. We did that. We've done that before. I know people rather watch it live. But there'll be a live stream online. You can watch much better quality there. I don't know if you got to subscribe to Hulu, or I don't know if it's going to be on Apple TV, or what's going to be, just like Coachella and Bonnaroo and Ultra Music Fest, all these big destination musical fests like Lollapalooza. They usually have a live streaming channel where you can watch for free. You might just have to watch some advertisement, but you can switch from stage to stage, and you can watch the official feed and see the crowd. And you might see me on that channel in the crowd. And I think Overtime Seb's going to be there. We don't have any other Chicago live streamers that are doing Lollapalooza. I talked to Ernie. Ernie's probably going to be at Fiesta del Sol, but I don't know if he's going to be the same time I'm going to be there. I'm probably going to go there on Saturday. So we'll figure it out. I'll message him and we'll figure it out. But here, it's pretty crowded here. Tiny Tap. Yeah, everybody's having a drink here on the Chicago Riverwalk here. Really hot, 90 degrees, summertime, into July. This is what we wait for all year. Now it's here, summertime in the city. So here, I just missed that comment every time I see it. Yeah, you can check out their website, Tiny Tap. I'm sure they got a full bar. They got beer. I don't know what beers they got on tap. You can check out their webpage there, Tiny Tap. Excuse me if I don't check out their drink menu. I'm a teetotaler. I stopped drinking a long time ago. Never stop drinking. Never stop drinking. You lose all your friends and no one trusts you anymore because you won't have a drink with them. But I can still go to bars, as evidenced by my reruns. We go in mini bars. And here we made the Clark Street here. There's the back of the Thompson Center. We checked it out at lunch if you want to see updates on the construction progress. Thanks to people to watch. We had 20,000 people that saw my YouTube at lunch today. We had almost 400 people tuning in. I'll have to tell Major Hustler because it's very hard to get people to watch you live on YouTube, but we're turning a corner thanks to my mods. And I think it's probably because I'm streaming at 720p. Better resolution helps out too. Here's Portofino. RPM Seafood traffic's backing up here on Clark Street. There's the Chicago River. There's a lone kayaker. There's the kayaker heading through. Look how the kayak matches the awnings there. Thanks, Christian. Thanks for the heart there. How you doing? Yeah, look at everybody at Portofino here sitting in the 3 levels of dining here on the north side of the river there. Just looking back towards the Marina Towers here. Oh, we got sirens. There goes the ambulance heading across Dearborn Street. So hey, there's always sirens. Never a dull moment in the city. Heading across the river there. Look at the boats. Yeah, there's your pleasure craft there you want to be on. People are like, don't zoom in. They're afraid I'm going to catch too much exposed skin here. But hey, we're in public, you know. Mostly a bunch of dudes. Here's no, there's some women on that boat too. Good. Okay, so let's head down Clark Street, up Clark Street, north on Clark Street. I'm always, you know, I live on the north side. Sue me. But Thompson Building. Look at the Thompson Building here. We'll head up Clark Street. Check out the restaurants. We do this about once a week. We'll head up Clark Street on our way home. See what's shaking, if anything's new. Yeah, 1 billion people chanting. That's so tragic with it's so hard to see. In the modern age, images of famine due to war in Palestine. It's so tragic. And, you know, I won't dwell on it too much. I personally would wish our current president would be a little bit more empathetic to the Palestinian situation, but that's just my opinion. Your opinion might differ.